Okay. What's going on, Sokova Squad? We're back at it again with the ever so vibrant background. Um, I got the got the red solo cup with the spoon in it and all my legal supplements over there. Um, so this is kind of a off the dome video. Probably tell because it's might drag a little bit, right? It's not super well thought out, like you know, majority of my videos, if not all of them. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to rant a little bit about welding school. So I've been in welding school for 2 weeks now, and Thanksgiving break is next week. So I thought this would be a pretty good spot to just give my like initial little spiel about it, right? So, um, we're gonna start by being a little bitch. We're gonna whine for a few minutes. First thing, the grading is kind of baloney, kind of phony baloney a bit. Um, and I'm talking about our workshop grades, which is like our physical welds. Um, so in welding, there's processes, right? Welding processes. Um, and basically it's variables. It's like, are you welding on a horizontal piece of metal? Are you welding on a vertical piece of metal? Are you welding overhead? Are you welding on a groove? Stuff like that, right? Like the little variables that change up, the method that you need to weld or, angle, whatever, rod type, all that good stuff. So there's two other dudes in my class that are ahead with me, ahead of the rest of the class. I'm gonna use their nicknames. One is T, the other is Noodles. So me, T, and Noodles are further ahead in total processes than everybody else, right? Um, so we learned the processes faster and we did them better, right? Than everybody else. And we moved on to the next one. Like there's an order to the class, right? So everybody's on one, me, Noodles, and T are on two, right? That's basically the gist of it. So we just got a bunch of our um, workshop grades put in, which are the big majority of like our, grade percentage, obviously. So they matter a lot. Um, and for the school that I'm going to, it's required that you have to maintain a grade over a certain percentage. If you dip below that grade, you're kicked out, right? And I was kind of shocked when I saw my grade because I thought I was doing really well, right? Um, and the next day, I talked to both T and Noodles about it, and they both shared the same like feeling that I did, right? They were super surprised and they were like, I thought we were ahead, we were doing great. Like what's with this, right? What we got wasn't a bad grade, but it's a mediocre grade, right? It's something you think you would get if you were like, you know, not doing so hot, but like hanging on by a little bit. And from what our teacher and our tech had told us, we were doing great. Like they were, every time they came into our booth, they were like, this is great. Like this is exactly what we're looking for. We're gonna go ahead and move you on to the next process, right? We're like, so what is it then? What the hell? Because to me, it's kind of just like, well, if I'm getting these pretty mediocre grades, right? why would you move me on to the next process? Why would you tell me, this is exactly what you're looking for, right? But giving me these kind of mid grades, you know what I mean? Same with tea and noodles. It just would make more sense to me just to be like, keep me on the process like longer so I could get it up to a, I guess, satisfactory level to get a better grade, right? Because I don't want to get kicked out of the course or anything. And then I talked to some other people in my class who are on like you know, like the, you know, process one, right? Um, and they were really worried, right? Because they got grades even lower than us three, right? Like they are in boot territory, right? So I'm not really sure what to make of that. Um, I get the course isn't the longest, so we have to kind of keep moving, but it doesn't really make much sense to move me ahead, right? When I'm not achieving like the best that I apparently could be, right? Otherwise, if I just had like another day to work on a specific process, right? Because apparently I need more work, but you know, my teacher's just moving me ahead, right? So that's kind of frustrating and a little worrying just because, I'm kind of getting to the cusp or not getting to the cusp, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that I could drop below the grade percent that I need if I got sick, missed a day, 2 days, however many days. That would be really bad, or I struggle on like a future process. Like I do just bad on it, right? Like imagine then. Um, so that's pretty stressful. It's kind of bullshit to be honest, but I also spoke to um, third shift, which is the class right before us. It's like night shift, basically, and they have a different teacher from ours, and most of the people in that class that I talked to were on process one, right? So they weren't even ahead. They were getting 85s, like that range, which is like, what I would expect, right? For people who are just like doing just good work, right? So I think it's just my teacher. Like my teacher's just I don't know. I don't know what's his issue, but that's kind of just fucking annoying, right? You know what I mean? Um After that, let's think. Oh, um I can't listen to music while I weld, right? I did for the first few days, but then my instructor told me off about it. Apparently it's because I don't want to like, how do I say it? Like, there's high-ranking people that sometimes tour the place that I go to school with. And I guess if they saw somebody welding with a AirPod in, something bad would happen. Like I don't understand that. Also because I've seen a tour already, right? Of these people, right? The ones that are, you know, big shots, I guess, the brass. They don't even come into the welding area, right? Much less into our booths, right? Because they don't have safety gear, and our booths are like wall, wall, and then like um, like the little fucking tire flaps, but long. Um, so you can't even see into the booths, right, without moving the little flaps aside. Um, so it's not like they could even see. So to me, that's just like kind of dumb. Like that's just dumb. It's a dumb rule. But yeah, that really sucks because I really like listening to music. I enjoy listening to my music. Let me think. Oh, dude, my fucking jacket, right? So I have like a jacket, like a welding jacket, right? It's like a fire retard ant. And it has a little clip like for the cuff, right? Like a little button so you can clip it together so it doesn't like fall down. But my wrists are like so feminine and like petite, I guess, like that even like clipped, it still doesn't hold up, like cover my wrist. So sometimes like it slips down and I get burnt. Like this is my most recent one, right? Um, I was doing overhead, right? And I went to take down the plate to quench it. And because, gravity, my sleeve fell down and the plate burned my wrist a little bit. And then another time, some slag fell down. I think I was doing vertical into my glove and, I got burnt a little bit, or two. But that was my first week, so it's healed up by now. But it's kind of annoying. Maybe I'll just have to put like a thumbtack in it or something to like, I don't know, make it stick. But yeah, getting burnt by like an 800-degree plate kind of sucks. Um, let's move on to some positives, some good things. I've been on the negatives for a while. Um, there are some pretty cool people in my class. Like I said, Tea and Noodles, Hunter. Oh wait, I just dropped somebody's real name. Fuck. But yeah, there are some actual pretty cool people in my class. Like some people who actually are like seem passionate like me about welding and like want to do their best about it, which is super cool. Like there's always a really good voice crack. There's always like a really good vibe almost in the class. Like everybody, I think except for a few people, are like super dialed in about their work. Um, but it's also somehow like super like casual and like everybody's like kind of boys, you know what I mean? Like it's so weird. Like people are just in and out of each other's booths. It's like super like just comfy and casual, you know what I mean? But everybody's just like doing their best, except for a few people, like I said. But we don't talk about them. So yeah, I really like the just kind of vibe of like the people, most of the people in my class, right? They seem like a really good bunch of people, and I'm proud, right, to call them my classmates. Um, everybody's just super helpful to each other, you know what I mean? Like I'm not really the best at helping, but I try to help out um other people, like if they ask or anything like that. Um, especially like I hear a lot of people talking about stuff like their processes and welds and stuff during break time. Um, so I definitely try to help out where I can. I know everybody like tries to give tips to each other like about anything, right? It's just kind of like just a vibe of like people trying to build each other up, and I really fuck with that. You know what I mean? Um, let me think. Let me think. What else? Oh my god, dude! Lunchtime. This is like just a me thing, but like I'm an adult now, which is like super weird. Um, but I get to go off campus for lunch now. Dude. I get a Subway tuna sandwich every single fucking day, and it's so fucking good. I fucking love tuna sandwiches, fucking love them, and I get to have a fucking foot long tuna sandwich for lunch every single fucking day. It's great. I fucking love that. So good. Um, that's not really about the school or anything. That's just me being dumb. I want to say, like, weirdly, the timing of my shift has, like, made my days better, which is, like, so weird because I used to be, like, the king of sleeping in till, like, 2 p.m. on a weekday, but, like, for some reason, waking up at, like, 5 every morning and, like, being up till, like, 9 p.m. or, like, 8 because I go to sleep then, it's just, like, I feel like I have like my full day to just seize and do whatever I want with, like, be super productive. Like I feel like every day I'm super productive and I get so much done. Um, just which I totally didn't expect. I thought waking up at 5 would be like the death of me or like a reason that I would drop the program or something because I just couldn't do it, but it's like kind of weirdly great. Like it sucks. Like obviously it sucks waking up at 5 like for the first 10 minutes, but splash some water on your face and it's just like okay. Like I got like so much more time. I just feel like ahead of people, like everybody, because nobody wakes up that early. Most people don't wake up that early, right? So it just feels like I just have way more time in my day, compared to back when I used to wake up at like 2 p.m. and fall asleep at like 2 a.m., like even later than that. I don't know. I just feel really productive. So that's really awesome. But yeah, I guess I should probably just talk about like the actual flat out welding because that's just a plus for me, right? So welding is like I actually really enjoy like the work, right? Like actually welding, which is so weird because I never thought I would enjoy anything that could be called work like in my life. Like I've always kind of been looking for that like one thing where I enjoy like doing something that could actually sustain me, you know what I mean? Um and I guess it's welding. Um which is super cool. It's just everything about it is just kind of like oddly therapeutic to me. You know what I mean? Like the sensation of pushing the rod into the metal, like, and it just kind of just feeling like it's phasing through, you know what I mean, as it's burning, and like the smell of like the fumes. I don't know if that's just because like I'm retarded, right? It could just be like a max level evolved retard, like glue huffing retard thing. Like this could just be like the final form of it. Like welding fume sniffing dude. But they smell really good. Like I don't care if it gives me cancer. It smells fucking amazing. I'm gonna be totally for real. Like I'm like my brain recreates that smell. I'm smelling it right now. It smells so fucking good. Um, but it's so weird because I've never been one to get like super like enjoy getting dirty really. Um, but and it's sweaty too, except for like the gym. But um, I don't know. It's like weirdly kind of like enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like every day when I come home, I can just go like this on my neck, and there'll be just like a layer of like I don't know, just like black. You know what I mean? It's just like metal shavings, stuff like that, just like on my neck. It's just something where like I can make something. You know what I mean? Which I've always kind of has been like the core of I knew I wanted to make something, like produce something as a career, right? But I never knew exactly what it was. That's kind of what this like channel is in the first place. Like it's just kind of leftover like of stuff, ambitions that I wanted to make, you know. I used to think that I wanted to do like film back in high school, right? Because that was making stuff, right? And I guess welding is, you know, it fills that, right? Making something, creating something, um, based off of my own work, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy everything about it. I love getting hot, you know what I mean? Um, I love smell of it. I love all like the little intricacies. Like I love how much that just a couple degrees of like angle of your rod can change the whole outcome of a weld. I love how much the speed, like the certain speed of how you drag the rod across the metal impacts everything. Like there's so much intricacies, the amount of amps you put in to your stinger, like the amperage, just there's just so much stuff that you change and you get a completely different outcome. And it's just like trying to perfect all of those little things. I think that I enjoy so much about like you have to be like on point about like so many different variables at the same time just to produce, something decent, right? So it's like a high ceiling, I guess, like a skill ceiling, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot to learn and I'm down to learn it, right? Which is awesome. Um yeah, also knocking off like the slag, like if you ever get a really good, like consistent, solid, straight arc or bead, I mean, like the slag over the top of the metal will just like peel off. Oh my God. And you when you get enough sometimes like I've only done this a couple times, but sometimes when I'm actually welding, I can feel it coming off and hitting my glove. Like it peels itself off sometimes. Like if you do a good enough weld, like it literally just peels itself off and just falls off. You don't even need to use a hammer to get it off. It's so like it's stuff like that I love. You know what I mean? Like I take pictures of like every single time I do it because I'm just like this is like an achievement. This is like me getting closer to, you know, being the best skilled welder that I can be, right? I think it's like a achievement every single time that I do it, right? Because it means that my weld was really good. Like my speed was on point, my amperage was on point. I held it really straight and steady. I was all on point. It's just, you know, it's fulfilling to me. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that's my little welding rant. First 2 weeks breakdown, I guess. Kind of what I like, what I don't like. Um, so yeah, thanks for listening, gang. I'll see you around. Happy Thanksgiving.